Technology keeps accelerating at an ever-increasing pace. The world of photography is ever-evolving, driven by technological advancements and creative innovations that just keep getting better and better. As we step into 2024, it's fascinating to witness how photography trends continue to shape the world around us and the way we capture and share moments with others. In this video, we're going to discuss my photography predictions for 2024. Number 1, AI takes over. Now we know that AI is nothing new. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized photography forever, enabling features like automatic scene recognition. We're able to blur out our backgrounds. We're able to remove objects. We also have Midjourney, which is a prominent generative AI tool for crafting images from text prompts or text inputs. As Adobe Firefly, AI is now integrated within Lightroom and Photoshop, these editing platforms that many creatives, especially photographers, use. AI-generated content has definitely blown up in the year 2023, and I only continue to see that to happen well into 2024 and even more rapid speeds and advancements that we cannot barely even imagine. Number 2 is 3D photography. For the longest time, photography has been limited to only 2 dimensions. You could have the most powerful sensor in the world, but your photograph will always be 2D. Not anymore. 3D photography is changing that forever. So soon, we will be able to have 3D images projected on the wall or anywhere in front of us where you can walk around and view them from all angles. What will this look like? Something like this. We will see in the near future that cameras and computers are on the verge of creating fully immersive 3D images. I have a big feeling that in the year 2024, the word immersive is going to be the highlight of 2024, which I foresee. We already have touchscreen cameras with menu settings. Who's not to say in the near future, we could have screens that literally pop off the camera itself, where we're able to have more immersive, and maybe even as far as the viewfinder, we'll be able to scan an area 360 whenever we're taking video. I have no clue what the future holds. These are all predictions. And speaking of immersive, that leads me to number 3, virtual reality. Now, it used to be that virtual reality was solely mainly for video games, for gamers to really immerse themselves in obviously an alternate virtual reality. And it's a very incredible experience if you ever used VR before. It's really cool and fun, and it takes you to a whole nother place. Now, recently, we are now able to use this in photography as well as even videography, which is incredible. So I foresee in 2024 that this will continue and increase popularity and even advance to a whole nother level that we don't expect. What that level will be, I do not know, but it's going to be incredible. I'm sure you've heard all over the internet these rumors of the new Apple Vision Pro glasses that will later be released early 2024 in the United States and later that year internationally, which will be incredible. Now, what are these glasses exactly? Well, welcome to the era of spatial computing. Apple says we've never seen anything like this before. Now, what is spatial computing exactly? Spatial computing is an emerging technology that brings together both digital and physical worlds, allowing users to interact with computers in more seamless and immersive ways. So, what will this look like?
The Oasis.
The price of this is pretty steep, as expected. It is going for $3,499, and it will be released as of early 2024. So this is something, a very exciting development that we can look forward to in the near future. Number 4, I foresee in 2024 that we will no longer have a use for compact or point and shoot cameras, because with the advancements of smartphone cameras continue to dominate the market, with over 90% of photos are now taken on smartphones. So when you put that in perspective, that is 90%. of photos. That is a lot. That is almost 100%. Most people nowadays, especially the average Joe that's not a photographer, not a videographer or whatever, they're usually taking photos on their phones. And even photographers are also taking pictures on their phones because it's convenient, easy on the go, and just no brainer. We always have our phones with us. They're always on our person, and it's easier to carry versus a point and shoot. While point and shoots are very light, I could see them becoming obsolete in 2024 because with the advancements of smartphones, I feel like they're just going to replace those digital cameras. They're just as good, if not better, and way more advanced than a lot of them. Number 5, increased connectivity. What am I talking about? Well, we all know that the newer cameras have built-in Wi-Fi capability in them, and for good reason. We're able to now share photos quicker that way. We're also able to edit photos quicker versus the traditional way of tethering using some sort of USB wire to connect from your camera to your laptop. While that's great and dandy, and I'm not saying it's obsolete, I can see it very soon becoming obsolete, possibly in 2024, who knows, and we will just go full connectivity as far as cameras and computers and wirelessly tethering to an iPad, to your phone. It is just so much more streamlined to do it wirelessly compared to having a wire, because then you have to worry about if it's long enough. Wireless tethering is so much more simplified, so much more streamlined, and it really takes out having to have an extra thing, an extra wire to connect to something. And everyone wants everything simpler and easier so we can get our work done faster and more efficiently. So I foresee in the near future of 2024 to no longer have the use for tethering the previous traditional way and having everything done wirelessly. Wireless connectivity is going to be the way.
This is the way.
Number 6, I believe the DSLR camera will soon become obsolete in 2024 because with the continued advancement of mirrorless cameras, I just don't see the need for camera brands or companies to continue to create DSLR cameras when we're so much more advanced into mirrorless cameras and having everything so much faster, quicker, sharper, mechanical shutters. Like, the advancements that are in mirrorless cameras just far surpass and outweigh what a DSLR camera can do. Now, I'm not saying DSLR cameras are garbage because I still own one myself and I've been using it for years. But as far as creating more, I just don't see it happening. I foresee that mirrorless cameras will take over in 2024, and they already pretty much have, but I just foresee that no more DSLRs will be produced in 2024. Number 7, I believe vintage is going to make a comeback. Vintage cameras, that is. So I'm talking film cameras. I have seen increased popularity in film cameras in 2023, and I only foresee that happening more going on into 2024. Yes, we are making several advancements in cameras as far as mirrorless cameras and so forth. However, even with the increase in advancement in newer cameras, so many people are still turning back to the old way of photography. Aside from film cameras, some people are even going back to the very old way of doing photography. Like, I'm talking antique cameras, and even going back to, even as far as back to wet play photography, which is incredible. All of these types of vintage photography is seeing a resurgence in popularity, and I am totally here for it, because when you go back to film photography or the very old primitive way of doing photography, yes, it may take longer, but there's also so much satisfaction in not having that instant gratification of just snapping a photo and just having it right there before you. Literally having to wait time to see that photo develop, literally. To either have to develop it yourself, take it to a lab. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to put into that effort. It takes a lot of effort, more so, to do that versus digital cameras. So if you're one of those photographers that is going back to vintage cameras, film cameras, that is diving into learning film, I applaud you, because that is absolutely incredible. Such an incredible venture to want to embark on, because it takes a lot of grit and it takes a lot of gut to want to do that when we live in a society, in a world where everything is like centered around instant gratification and like these super advanced cameras that shoot really fast, and they're amazing, don't get me wrong, but there's something about having that hands-on tactile film camera in your possession, in your hands, where you're able to really think about what you're about to capture, put more thought into your photography. It's literally incredible seeing people go back to the old way of doing things, because it's just very remarkable, and you just can't replicate it any type of way with digital. Like, no matter how hard you try, digital will never be able to replicate what film photography can do. Film is not dead. With only 24 hours left in 2023, and with 2024 fastly approaching, it is super exciting to watch what the new year will bring as far as photography, technology, just everything as a whole we can look forward to that will take the world by storm. What will be the most trending things we'll be into, how far into the future we'll go with technology. It is truly incredible and almost like something out of a movie. If you're curious about the most popular trends in photography in 2023, definitely go back and check my previous video, which I will link right here.